Good evening, esteemed students, staff, and community members, and welcome to the 2025 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. I'm Megan McAvoy, and it's my privilege to stand before you tonight as president of our chapter. I'm truly thrilled to be here celebrating the incredible students before me who are joining us as new members. Joining me on stage are our wonderful advisors, Mrs. Gunderson and Mrs. Coleman, along with the rest of this year's elected officer team. Our Vice President, Caroline Hodges, our Secretary, Brenna Pickett, our Treasurer, Cole Schaefer, and our historian, Neenah Bhattacharjee. Tonight, we gather to officially welcome the students who have passed our candidacy and will now be inducted as members of the Neenah High School chapter of National Honor Society. To our current members, your presence here represents the values and traditions of this organization. Let this evening be a reminder of the standards of excellence we strive to uphold as part of one of the most respected high school organizations in the nation. With that, please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Dr. Harrison, to the podium.
Thank you, Megan, and good evening, everyone. It's an honor to welcome you to tonight's National Honor Society induction ceremony. To our students, our parents, and family members, and staff, thank you for being here to celebrate this incredible achievement. Tonight is one of those special moments in our school year when we pause to recognize not only academic excellence, but the qualities of leadership, character, and service that truly define what it means to be a Neenah Rocket. To our inductees, congratulations. Your selection into the National Honor Society places you among a distinguished group of students across the nation who exemplify the highest standards of achievement and integrity. But more than that, it reflects who you are and who you're becoming. Tonight, we will hear from our student speakers about the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. Each tell a part of your story. Scholarship reminds us that learning is not simply about grades or test scores. It's about curiosity, a hunger to understand, to question, and to grow. You've demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the classroom, but also a willingness to think critically and creatively about the world around you. That intellectual curiosity will carry you far and well beyond high school. Leadership is about influence, not authority. It's about seeing what needs to be done and stepping forward to do it. True leadership is often quiet, the kind that leads by example, that inspires others through actions more than words. You've shown that kind of leadership in our classrooms, our clubs, our teams, and within our community. Character is perhaps the most defining pillar of all. It's the choices you make when no one is looking, the integrity, honesty, and respect you bring to your interactions every single day. In a world that sometimes values convenience over conscience, your character sets you apart. It shows others what it means to live with purpose and principle. And service, the heart of it all. Service is about using your gifts to make life better for someone else. Whether you're tutoring a classmate, volunteering in the community, or helping a neighbor, your willingness to serve a classmate, to serve others, and to help generally reflects a deep understanding that we together are stronger. Service reminds us that leadership without compassion and scholarship without humility are incomplete. As superintendent, I cannot be prouder of what you've accomplished, not only for what you've achieved, but for how you've achieved it. You represent the very best of our school district: bright minds, kind hearts, and determined spirits. To our families here tonight, thank you. Your encouragement, your sacrifices, and your belief in our students have made this moment possible. And to our teachers and staff, your dedication, mentorship, and commitment to nurturing both intellect and character continue to make all the difference. To our inductees, remember that tonight is not the finish line. It's a milestone, a reminder of what's possible when you combine purpose with passion and academic achievement with integrity. Congratulations again on this tremendous honor. May you continue to lead with wisdom, serve with heart, and live each day in a way that reflects the 4 pillars that we are celebrating tonight. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this special evening.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison. Our chapter is proud to celebrate our new inductees this evening. This ceremony reflects not only their hard work, but our collective commitment to excellence at Neenah High School and within our larger community. Being a member of the National Honor Society means more than meeting high academic expectations. Our members lead in clubs and organizations, step up for their peers, and serve through a range of meaningful projects, including one of our most impactful traditions, the school-wide blood drive. Above all, NHS membership is earned through the consistent embodiment of the Society's 4 pillars: character, service, leadership, and scholarship. Tonight, 4 of our members will share what each of these qualities means to them. First, join me in welcoming Eleanor Malkowski, who will be speaking on character.
Hello and good evening. My name is Eleanor, and when I heard I'd be speaking about character, I realized how often that word gets used, but how rarely we stop and think about what that actually means. In high school, character is often treated like something you can earn. Just another box to check between grades, volunteer hours, and leadership titles. We're told that strong character is volunteering, being responsible, leading by example. And while all those things matter, I think somewhere along the way, we started to confuse character with achievement. We live in a world that is constantly measuring test scores, hours volunteered, positions held, numbers on a screen. There's this unspoken pressure to be impressive at all times, to prove your worth through how busy you are or accomplished you are. It's easy to start believing that who you are is defined by what you do. But real character doesn't need a title. It doesn't need an audience. It's not something you post or track or submit in an application. It's how you act when there's no recognition waiting at the end of it. Real character isn't built by GPA or by how many hours you've logged in the spreadsheet. It's built in the moments that don't get recorded. How you treat people when you're stressed, how you show up when you're exhausted, and when you choose empathy in a world that rewards indifference. And maybe most of all, character is how you treat yourself. When you fall short, when you fail, when you realize you're not the person you'd hoped you'd be yet. Because it takes character to grow honestly without pretending you're already perfect. We tend to picture good character as being calm, confident, and put together. But sometimes it's the opposite. It's uncomfortable. It's owning up to your mistakes and not hiding from them. It's learning to say sorry and mean it. It's trying again after you've been embarrassed or discouraged. Those moments don't get plastered on the front of a yearbook, but they quietly build who we are. In National Honor Society, we're recognized for scholarship, service, leadership, and character. But character is the thread that ties all 3 together. Because it is what we treat, because it's how we guide when we lead, how we serve, and how we pursue our greatest potential. Being inducted tonight isn't a finish line. It's a promise, a reminder that the way we treat others, the way we carry ourselves, and the way we face challenges matter more than any title we can ever earn. Grades fade, titles are replaced, but character lasts, because it's the one thing that belongs entirely to you. So we celebrate tonight. I hope we remember that our achievements got us here, but our character will determine where we go next. I now invite Ella to speak on service.
Service begins with awareness, the profound realization that in life we are only one person, and life is not meant to just surround one. Yet, in this world, it is remarkably easy to live for ourselves, for our successes, our possessions, our time, and our happiness. We live for our pride and our reputation, for our achievements, and for our praise. In so many ways, we become the center of our own universe. The National Honor Society's Pillar of Service challenges us to look beyond that limited perspective. It invites us to live a little bit less for ourselves and devote a little more time to others. It calls us to use our time and energy in our communities and beyond. The shift in focus is necessary. Studies show around 95% of our daily thoughts revolve around ourselves. Dale Carnegie, a well-known writer and teacher, pointed out that out of the average person's 6,500 thoughts per day, 6,175 thoughts are purely self-centered. That is 5% of thoughts that do not surround ourselves. We may not be able to dramatically change that number overnight, but we could strive to make that small percent count. After all, not all of those thoughts about others are positive, but they can become powerful if we turn them into action. This idea is captured by Dieter Uchtdorf, expressing this: as we lose ourselves in the service of others, we discover our own lives and our own happiness. Truly, this world has fallen under the impression that we come before anything else in our lives, before the people who support us the most and the ones who can't even support themselves. Service doesn't just help others, it changes us. It reminds us that life isn't just about our own accomplishments, but about uplifting and encouraging. Again, the National Honor Society allows us to take a step back from our own ambitions and realize that sometimes other people need us more than we need ourselves. As I close, I invite you to reflect. During this speech, did you count the number of times I stuttered, or were your thoughts elsewhere? I'm hoping at this moment that my imperfections were not part of your 5% today. Instead, I hope you'll take that small portion, that 5%, and use it to serve someone else, maybe even expand it. The National Honor Society has given us that opportunity. We can all take that opportunity and use it for the betterment of our society. Together, we can live for others, for their successes, their time, and their happiness. We can uplift their pride and enhance their reputations. We can celebrate their achievements and give others praise. We can live for others. I now invite Kaylee to speak on leadership.
Good evening. Leadership is often misunderstood. When we hear the word leader, we might think of a president, a CEO, or a team captain. We may envision someone who stands at the front directing others. But it's not about the titles, the positions, or being the loudest voice in the room. True leadership, the kind celebrated here tonight, is far more subtle and profound. It's not about the title, but about inaction. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the reward of a thing well done is to have done it. We demonstrate our leadership every day, often without realizing it. The willingness to initiate a new school club or project, the initiative to stay late and help a peer understand a difficult concept, having the courage to do what's right, even when it's hard. It's about lifting others up, not just rising on your own. The essence of leadership is not to be in charge, but to empower others. A great leader does not seek the confidence of their peers, yet inspires others to have confidence in themselves. The inductees are here because they have shown that potential. Through academic dedication, service to others, and integrity, we've already begun to lead. Not with a spotlight, but with consistency. Not with fanfare, but with heart. As new members of the National Honor Society, we are called to lead not just in our success, but also in our modesty. Leadership requires sacrifice, the willingness to put the interests of others before our own. In our future endeavors, whether in college, careers, or communities, we must continue to lead by example. We must embrace the willingness to learn, the flexibility to adapt, and the courage to change. As you move forward in your journey, I challenge you to embrace leadership not as a role, but as a responsibility. Be the kind of leader who listens before speaking, who acts before being asked, who inspires by not command, but by example. The world doesn't need more leaders, it needs better ones. It needs leaders who care, who serve, and who bring others along with them. I have no doubt that each of you has the power to be that kind of leader. So, as we welcome you into this esteemed society, remember, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Congratulations to the newest members of National Honor Society, and let's lead the way to a brighter future. I now invite Neenah to speak on scholarship.
Good evening. When I heard the word scholarship as my topic for my speech tonight, I realized what most people picture when the word comes up is achievement, grades, awards, the more polished version of learning that neatly fits on a piece of paper. But the longer I've been a student and the longer I've been a member of National Honor Society, the more I've come to understand that scholarship has less to do with appearing accomplished and everything to do with being intellectually honest. Real scholarship grows in moments that no one applauds, the moments that you admit you don't understand something fully and choose to return to the subject anyway. The moments where a question stays with you so persistently that you cannot help but not let it go. The moments where you realize that learning is not a ladder to climb, but a landscape, vast, unpredictable, and worth exploring. Scholarship requires the discipline to remain curious when it would be easier not to be. It demands the humility to recognize that knowledge is not a possession, but a responsibility. The more we learn, the more accountable we become for how we use that learning, in the way we treat people, in the way we engage with our communities, the way we impact others for the better, and most of all, how we understand the world beyond ourselves and Neenah High School. It is precisely that understanding of scholarship that brings meaning to tonight's ceremony, because being inducted into National Honor Society is not simply the recognition of past achievements, it's the commitment to this deeper form of learning. National Honor Society scholars are not defined by their perfect transcripts, but rather a mindset, one that consistently chooses depth over ease, curiosity over complacency, and growth over comfort. Scholarship sharpens us with each other, not against each other. Every breakthrough we've experienced began because someone asked a question we hadn't thought to ask, challenged an assumption we didn't realize we held, or encouraged us to see an idea from a place we never stood from before. Scholars are not people who hold all the answers. They are the people who refuse to settle for the shallow answers. Tonight, as we are welcomed into National Honor Society, we are not being recognized solely for what we've already known. We are being entrusted with the expectation that we will continue to learn in a way that expands ourselves, making ourselves better thinkers, yes, but also better citizens, collaborators, and most of all, human beings. To tonight's inductees, may your scholarship never become something that you purely perform. Let it be something that you practice consistently, quietly, and with the steady curiosity that lasts long after the assignments fade and a future-ready grade is submitted. And may you learn what you learn shape not only the person you hope to become, but the impact you hope to make and the community you hope to strengthen. Thank you.
Thank you to our speakers for capturing the meaning behind each pillar. Now it's time to recognize the students who have worked so hard to embody those qualities. Inductees, when your name is called by Olivia Haller and Lizzie Akins, please make your way to the stage to receive your certificate and membership cords and to sign the official National Honor Society chapter book.
Juliana Bedker is a junior. She is a part of the Neenah High School girls soccer team, launch, and student government. She also plays on the Wisconsin United FC Elite 1 soccer team and in the Fox Valley Symphony Orchestra, as well as serves as the Chinese club secretary.
Hunter Brown is a junior. He's a launch leader, plays soccer, and plays tennis here at Neenah.
Ella Bukta is a current junior and is a co-founder of Young Life Midweek Club, involved in Health Careers Academy, Launch, Senior Smiles, and Helping Hunger, as well as the girls' golf and soccer team.
Kaylee Collins is a senior at Neenah High School. She enjoys music and drama, is a launch leader, dance captain for Vintage Show Choir, and dance captain for the musical. Kaylee volunteers with SOAR Camp at Onaway Island, along with LTC Leadership Training Conference.
Kiana Kennard is a junior involved in volleyball, launch, and Young Life. She enjoys volunteering at nursing homes through Senior Smiles.
Maxwell Gherkin is a junior who is on the Reach for the Stars board, varsity tennis, plays volleyball, and is a launch leader.
Rhett Gaethel is highly involved in the NHS theater program, being both a drama board executive as well as the stage manager for the past 4 productions.
Macy Hall is a junior. She is involved in Key Club and girls soccer. She is a launch leader, a founder of Young Life midweek, and volunteers weekly at her church.
Jonathan Henry spent countless late nights diligently working on robotics, earning a spot at Vex Worlds 3 times, as well as being awarded over 20 other awards. Additionally, he showed dedication in other activities such as operating the NHS football end zone camera, committing over 100 hours to volunteering in said position.
Brock Haney was a part of Neenah varsity football and FLC. He is also in Climb Club.
Bryn Jacobs is a launch leader as well as a member of Key Club, Map Club, and Big Brothers Big Sisters. She is on the leadership board for both Reach for the Stars and track and field.
Caitlin Jesse is a senior who is a part of show choir, drama, madrigals, advanced chamber choir, Neenah Nexus, MAP, and the new mentorship program. Caitlin enjoys volunteering in her free time. A highlight of hers is her campaign she leads in raising funds and awareness for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Kaylee Johnson is a senior who plans to major in nursing and minor in psychology. Kaylee participates in Launch, Pay It Forward, Sources of Strength, Health Careers Academy, and softball.
Mia Jones is a launch leader, member of the girls' soccer team, and captain of the girls' cross-country team. She is also involved in volunteering for her local youth soccer club and her church youth group.
Jillian Kennedy plays 3 varsity sports and is involved with Special Olympics and Reach for the Stars.
Will Kirkman is involved in track and field, where he took 3rd in conference last year. He also works at Broken Tree Pizza.
Josie Colbeck is a senior at Neenah this year and is a part of the girls' varsity tennis and track team. She's also a brigade co-leader.
Jillian Lauer is an aspiring early childhood education teacher and has a passion in working with young kids. She is a proud member of the music and theater programs at Neenah.
Madeline Lee is a junior, a part of Launch, HOSA, and is the Spanish Honor Society table director and co-founder of the Decoration Club. She also plays volleyball and lacrosse and is currently working to become a CNA.
Preston Lidke enjoys playing hockey during the winter and golf in the spring. In his free time, you can find him volunteering at sports events.
Ella Lindgren is a senior who is a 4-time captain of girls varsity volleyball. She is a part of Young Life, Strength and Skills, and is a Rocket Rowdy. She will be continuing her education and volleyball career at Minnesota State Mankato.
Kelsey Lovelace is a junior who is dedicated to helping out in her community and is a part of the girls' soccer team, as well as a launch leader here at NHS.
Eleanor Malkowski is a junior who is an academically driven leader. She is involved in Launch, Health Careers Academy, athletics, and wants to pursue a career in the medical field when she is older.
Kylie Marshall is a junior at Neenah High School. She's a part of the speech and debate team, co-founder of Model UN, member of and secretary of Spanish National Honor Society. She is also a member of Key Club and Women's League of Voters.
Yulissa Martinez is a senior who is involved in Little Geniuses, MAP, Launch, Spanish Honor Society, Big Brother Big Sister, and is on the executive board for Sources of Strength and Spanish Club.
Breely Maurer is one of the captains of the girls' swim and dive team and is a high school state swim qualifier. She is vice president of Spanish National Honor Society and is a high honor roll student.
Lauren McDonald is a part of the varsity girls tennis team and the Spanish Honor Society. Outside of school, she is a CNA working at an urgent care and plans on majoring in biomedical sciences.
Jaja Miao is a senior. She is the founder and president of Neenah's HOSA chapter and is involved in vintage show choir. Outside of school, she serves as the president of the Northeast Wisconsin Chinese Association Youth Group and a Wisconsin Patch teen consultant.
Ava Mato was on the varsity tennis team for 4 years and is the captain this year. She plans on majoring in radiologic technology.
Cecilia Malloy spends her time being a drama student leader and Neenah High School student government treasurer. Apart from other clubs, she enjoys volunteering at any opportunity given.
Anna Mulroy participates in Pay It Forward, volunteers at her church and various youth camps, as well as a member of Launch. She has also been captain of the girls swim and dive team for 2 years and has earned all-state recognition.
This is Marina Efker. She is involved in vintage show choir. She's a two-sport athlete, also involved in Launch, Student Senate, and Sources of Strength Exec Board.
Jameson Oldenburg is involved in varsity football and also is a part of the Football Leadership Council. He throws discus on the varsity track team and is also a part of DECA, Young Life, and Climb Club.
Savannah Pagel is a senior at Neenah this year. She's involved throughout her community in book club, her youth group, serving as culinary club president, and more.
Vera Ryder is a junior this year at Neenah High School and participates in clubs such as Cross Country, Full Stop, Helping Hunger, and the Decorating Club. She also is on the executive board for MAP Club this year.
Lily Ramju is a junior. She is a dual sport athlete. She has earned FEA All-Conference, honorable mention, first team, and 2-year varsity volleyball captain. Lily also earned honorable mention freshman year for soccer.
Caden Rote is a 2-time captain of varsity boys wrestling, as well as a captain and best all-around camper at Camp Onaway. Caden is also a Rocket Rowdy.
Kat Russell is a senior at Neenah this year, and she is the president of Full Stop Club. She also runs cross country and has 4 varsity letters.
Peyton Schneider is a junior and is a part of Red Cross Club, Health Careers Academy, and is a manager for football and wrestling. She also plays lacrosse and volunteers in her community.
Madeline Schoonover is a junior. She's a founder of Young Life Midweek, is a launch leader, and is involved in Health Careers Academy, Key Club Strength and Skills 2.0, as well as girls soccer and girls cross country.
Rebecca Thomas is a junior at Neenah High School. She plays the violin in touch of class, is in girls varsity tennis, and is a part of Health Careers Academy.
This is Aubrey Van Evenhoven, who has over 100 volunteer hours and does powerlifting. She is also involved in Little Geniuses, Launch, SALT, Student Government House, and the Manufacturing and Engineering Academy.
Margot Velker is a junior who is involved both inside and outside of school. She is a launch leader, Neenah swimmer, and powerlifter who also volunteers with the Boys and Girls Brigade.
Jenny Wong is a junior who is deeply involved in both school and the community. She serves as the secretary of HOSA, volunteers with the Fox Valley Figure Skating Club, and plays violin as a co-concertmaster of the Fox Valley Youth Orchestra and concertmaster of the Fox Valley Youth Orchestra Nonette, as well as a member of Touch of Class.
Ava Wasmer is a junior at Neenah High School. She plays violin in Touch of Class, studies ballet, and is the vice president and co-founder of the Model UN Club.
Audrey Wilgreen is a member of Girls Varsity Soccer, Girls Golf, Helping Hunger, and is a Rocket Rowdy.
Ella Winnicke is involved in the NHS Mentor-Mentee Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters, student teaching, and is a Rocket Rowdy. She volunteers at her church, where she earned the Outstanding Volunteer Award, and will attend UW-Stevens Point next year to study elementary education.
Sophie Wipashinsky is a member of the varsity girls swim team, Sources of Strength, Red Cross Club, and the Health Careers Academy. This is also her second year as a launch leader, a mentor in the Neenah mentoring program, and a swim lesson teacher and lifeguard at the Neenah pool.
Ellie Gray Sickler is a junior who serves as the Key Club Vice President, DECA Vice President of Community Service, and Chinese Club Co-President. She is also a part of Launch, Girls Tennis, Student Government, and Little Geniuses.
At this time, will all new inductees please stand and raise your right hand and join me in reciting the National Honor Society Pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and I will always maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Let's give one more round of applause for the newest members of the National Honor Society. Immediately following the ceremony, a reception will be held in the cafeteria for all members and their families. But before we conclude, I'd like to leave our new members with this. Tonight recognizes what you've accomplished, but it's your next steps that will define you. Let this be not just an achievement, but a launch point for what comes next. I encourage you to keep doing good work, keep being good people, and never forget the difference those efforts make. Thank you, and congratulations once again.